All right, we'll go ahead and get started here today. Appreciate everybody being able to make it to welcome our new head men's basketball coach to McCook. So, as many of you know, this was a good process for us. Coach Shaffer continued through the process to impress us as a committee and everybody he met on campus. Through the whole process, starting with just going through resumes to phone interviews for him being on campus. I took numerous calls over the course of the search with people just having great things to say, and then that was just echoed when he came and we were able to spend some time with him. So Coach comes to us from Neosho County Community College in Kansas, where he was head coach there for the last 4 years, but a native of Colorado, and spent a lot of time in our region as a player at Otero Junior College. I think it's just Otero College now, but played there and then was actually head women's coach there for a couple of years, and then has had other stops throughout the area as a Division II assistant coach throughout the Midwest. So extremely knowledgeable about our region, both as a player, as a coach, as somebody that has recruited the area and the region for four-year schools as well. So just we feel very lucky with Coach, and we are obviously extremely happy he's here. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the next men's basketball coach at McCook Community College, Taylor Shaffer.
Well, thank you, John, for the introduction. I'm super excited to be here at McCook Community College. I believe that McCook is a sleeping giant. They have everything in place that coaches need to be successful. I'm a person that believes heavily in relationships, and that life is all about relationships. And when something like this happens, I don't believe anybody's ever able to get here on their own. So with that said, there's a couple of people I'd like to take the time to thank. First off, John in the administration at McCook Community College. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Secondly, I'd like to thank my wife, Rakisha, who is back in Kansas with our 1-year-old son right now. Without her love and support, I wouldn't be able to take this opportunity. And then finally, I'd like to thank Houston Reed, Ryan Mollis, and JJ Davis. Without their support as a young coach, I wouldn't be able to be half the coach I am now and where I'm at. So I'm very grateful for their support and their guidance through the years. Like John said, I've seen this region in just about every aspect that you can. I played at Otero Junior College, I coached at Otero Junior College, and then I recruited this region heavily when I was at four-year universities. During my time in the region, one thing that really stood out to me about McCook Community College, number one, is that we have amazing facilities. I mean, we have some of the best athletic facilities in junior college. But more importantly, it was the support that the community always had for the college and college athletics, whether it was as a player or as a coach or as a recruiter in the gym. There always seemed to be a ton of community members in the gym supporting athletics and taking great pride in it. So I'm really excited to be on the other side of that as a coach. Hopefully you guys will be a little bit nicer to me now that I'm wearing the correct color of blue. But I'm very excited to be at McCook. Like I said, I believe it's a sleeping giant. I won't go too much into detail. I'll keep it short, but 3 things you can always expect from our program is that, number 1, nobody's ever going to out-prepare us. Number 2, nobody's ever going to out-tough us. And then number 3, nobody's going to be a better team. And when I say team, I'm not talking about we're going to win the most games. Hopefully that's the case, because that makes life a lot more enjoyable. But I'm talking about being a family and putting each other first. I take great pride in creating a team culture that is all about family and putting the we before the me. And I think that will stand out as you guys come to watch us play. And then The last thing is I believe that much like life, the game of basketball honors toughness, and I hope that I'm going to be able to put a product on the floor that the hardworking community of McCook and the community college will be able to take pride in. So that's all from me. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them.
All right, just a question. Obviously, being from one of the radio stations that we have an exclusive contract for broadcast rights, but make yourself available for interviews and coaches' comments and those types of things. Are you interested in that?
Absolutely. The more coverage we could get for our team and our guys, the better.
How does that play with, obviously a lot of your games are streamed and that type of thing. How does that play with recruiting and the opportunities when you're reaching out for new players?
Oh, it's huge. One of our biggest sales is being able to tell parents that even though you may be on the other side of the country, you're going to be able to see all of your son's games. And then the other really nice part about it is when we have good streams, I can send those streams to our recruits and say, hey, this is how we play. This is what it looks like. So just the access to games that we have nowadays is huge.
What is just a couple of the ideas that you'd like to see coming in year one as far as aspects of the game? What are some of the styles of play that you expect?
Yeah, first and foremost, I tell anybody who asks that we are a defense-first program, and I've been that way my entire career. At my last school, we were able to break school records for points per games allowed. Our best year, we finished 9th in the country defensively. So it is a tough, hard-nosed, man-to-man style of defense where we want to be able to dictate the style of the game with our defense and make the other team uncomfortable. The deal I make with all my recruits is if you could come in and play as hard as I consider playing hard defensively, I will give you freedom on the offensive end. That freedom will come in the style that we want to play fast. To give you an idea, we want to be into the paint or into a ball screen in 7 seconds or less. And then after that, we will be running a 5-out ball screen offense. It's simple. It's about putting good players in space and playing with pace and letting them go make plays.
One more question from me. Beyond the court of basketball, what aspects do you look at for bringing these guys into a JUCO and turning them into young men?
Yeah, I think that's the number one point of my job. When I look at why I got into coaching, that was it. I think that athletics and basketball have a unique ability to teach young men how to be productive members of society long after the ball stops bouncing, whether that is learning how to face adversity or learning how to build relationships and put others first. It's got a unique ability to teach kids those lessons, and the fact that they usually love the game allows me to have a little different voice teaching those lessons instead of just being, you do this, you do that. So I think that's the number one point of my job. Obviously winning games is nice, but if that's the only reason you're in this, you're never going to win enough games to be satisfied.
Beyond that, one more. Personal goals beyond basketball for you?
That is a great question. For me, that starts in the classroom. I always want to be able to graduate all the kids who come into my program in 2 years. Our goal is always to have a team GPA of above a 2.8. And then I want to be able to move on every kid that comes into our program to a 4-year university where they could continue their academic and basketball career.
What has that experience been like for you? You've been here less than a week. What has the onboarding experience been like for you?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I love the Midwest. Like John said, I spent some time in Nebraska at Chadron, and the best thing about being in the Midwest is people are just so friendly and inviting. I haven't had a bad interaction with anybody yet, and everybody's been very helpful and welcoming and always asking what they could do to help me out. So it's been a wonderful experience.
What's that recruiting trail been like? Obviously, going from one position to another, new college. What's recruiting been like for you?
Nonstop. It's been chaotic. I'm sure Coach Pritchett here could tell you I've been on the phone all day, every day. But we're in a good spot. Right now we have 10 kids committed. Hopefully we'll be able to get 2 or 3 more done this week. But the level between being a D2 junior college and D1 junior college is night and day. The guys who used to say, hey, Coach, I appreciate your time, but I'm looking to go to a higher level are now answering my calls, and it's been enjoyable.